everybody. Today I'm going to talk about a tarp kit that I made and put together. I'm pretty impressed with it since I don't really know how to sew or anything like that, so I figure I'll go through this little bag that I have here. Shows everything that I've got inside, and I made everything in here except for the stakes, and obviously I didn't make the bank line, but I did braid the ridge line. So bear with me and I'll let everybody take a look. Okay, well here's the bag. I made this out of some sil-nylon. It's definitely a homemade job. As you can tell, I said I'm not too good with a sewing machine. And there's one part where I kind of messed the bag up right there. But you know what? All in all, it's not too bad for the first time ever trying it. The machine got away from me when I was using it. But anyhow, right here, here's the so that was the bag that I made for it, and I just used a little one of these sliding toggles. I don't even know what they're called. Just a piece of 550 cord to pull the bag shut, and just tied it off at the end. And here is the tarp that I made. And that I'll get into in a minute. It's roughly 9.5 by 9.5 feet long. And then in here I made another little bag. Another one of those cords. 550 cord again. And what I did is I bought these stakes from Amazon. I think they're Coglins. There were 4 of them for $3.99, so I grabbed 2 bags. So I got 8 stakes for it. They're aluminum, pretty lightweight. I got a ridge line that I made. I braided 3 pieces of bank line together. And then, also inside this bag, I have some 3-foot sections of bank line. I got 4 3-foot sections, 4 6-foot sections, and 2 10-foot sections. That way, if I got to tie the thing out, I've got plenty of bank line with me, along with my ridge line, to set everything up. And all this stuff just goes right inside this little bag. And again, another homemade job. Not the greatest quality, but you know what? So far, so good. And we'll see how the whole setup works next time I get to head out. Now on to the tarp. Okay, before I go and open it, I'll show you. Took some nylon webbing, and here's one of the corners right here. Just did a little square with an X through the middle of it to keep it there. So now I have these for tie-outs on all the corners, and then I have, besides the corners, there are also 3 tabs along each side. So I think there's 12 tie-outs, possibly 14, I'd have to count. But I'll get this thing opened up. I also put one on the very center. I had to take 2 pieces of the sil-nylon and sew them together across through the middle, which you can see is this seam right here. This is where the 2 pieces meet. And in the center of the tarp, I ended up putting this right here, a little loop, so that it can be hung from a tree. And on the inside of this seam I used some seam seal, so hopefully it won't leak. But I'll get this thing opened up so you can see how big it is. Okay, I've got the tarp opened up now. As you can see, this is one of the side tabs. Got the corner here with 1, 2, 3, and then the final corner. And again, here's that piece right in the middle to hang the tarp from the center, like over a tree limb or something. And again, that's just held on there with a square with an X through the middle. So, nothing, it's not perfect. It's a homemade job, but for first time sewing, I'm pretty happy with it. And hopefully soon I'll be able to get the thing set up, and I'll have a video about that as well. Alright, thanks again. Okay, and to pack it all up, I got that bag that holds the stakes, the ridge line, and the tie out lines. And what I do is just roll it right up. So not too bad. And this all goes right into the stuff sack. Into a nice handy little sack. I don't know how much the thing weighs. I don't have a scale that can tell me that. Just from guessing, maybe 3 pounds with everything in there. So not a bad little kit that I put together. I gotta set the thing up, see how it is, and I'll be able to see if the thing was worth all the time and effort I spent. One thing I did do, that middle seam running up the middle, on the inside of that, I did seal that with some sort of seam sealer to make sure that rain doesn't come in through the center seam. So hopefully soon I'll have a video on that. Thanks again for checking it out. And thing was fairly easy to make. If you know how to use a sewing machine, you shouldn't have a problem. I have no idea how to use a sewing machine. I had my wife, she had to set all the thread up for me, and I just figured it out as far as folding the seams over and sewing them. But it wasn't too difficult. It did take up a lot of my time. I was probably able to finish this whole thing in a period of 2 to 3 days. But okay, thanks again for watching.